store because we had gotten a couple things, and I got a couple things in the mail here. So you got to give me a couple minutes to get everything ready. I'm just gonna set this camera here, and there are going to be some changes on the live stream because a lot of people, there are some people that are upset, and there's other people that, um, you know, there's a lot of people that are upset. And so we want to make sure that everybody understands that watching this live stream is a privilege. Okay. It is not a guarantee. You don't have the right to watch this live stream. Okay. Most places, unless you're in super chat, okay, they don't comment on all of the people that comment, okay? And so we are going to start banning people. And the only way that you can get off the banning list is if you write me a letter. Write me a letter. You cannot email me. You must write me a letter personally apologizing to me. Okay, I do these live streams at my pleasure, okay? And I'm doing it as a benefit, okay? I don't need to do live streams. I can just do a regular hour show and then post it. And then you guys can't even comment, all right? So when I'm doing a live stream, I'm doing it because I want to, okay? Remember that, okay? So when you're watching my live stream, you're watching my live stream as a privilege, not a right. It's not a right to watch my live stream, okay? And I just wanted that to be, known. All right? I wanted that to be known. Now I have to get the camera all set. And I want to make this very clear from now on, okay? Because I think a lot of people have a misconception of why I'm doing this, okay? And I want people to understand this very clear without any ambiguity. You know what word I'm trying to say. Some words I can't say with my dentures. All right? I do these, now I forgot what I was going to say. It will come back to me. Now I got to find something here. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I know what I wanted to say. I'll get to it in a minute. Hold on a second. I'm trying to find a chassis, a body to a car. I got those two. I do these videos and I have my store, Protinkertoys, for one reason, and that is to make money. I am a capitalist, and I want to make money to feed my son, to feed me, to feed Xavier, and to feed anybody else that works for us. If you don't like that, you don't have to watch. You can sign off right now, okay? Because I'm going to start banning you, okay, if you are making the environment toxic, okay? Now, I can be toxic sometimes, okay? I might get upset with a certain issue or a certain thing, but that's my prerogative because this is my show, not your show. So I hope everybody understands, okay, that I can't find this chassis, and I think I sold it. I can't find. So we are going to be going over something today, which is going to be kind of interesting. And I want to get everything set up here. So just give me a couple minutes to get things set up. Another thing that I need to let you guys understand is that when I'm doing a live stream, I'm focused on an issue. I don't necessarily read all the text messages or your comments. The comments are between you guys, okay? You can leave a comment. The odds of me reading it are 0 to maybe 10%, okay? Now, if you have a problem with that, you don't have to watch, okay? We are getting a lot of people that are getting frustrated because they think that I'm frustrated. Now, and it all started last Friday when I shut the live stream off, okay? Now, do I remember what happened on Friday? Not at all. My days are too complicated for me to know what I said last Friday. Okay? So I don't remember what I did on Friday other than I got upset and I turned the live stream off because people were complaining, basically. And I don't need it anymore. I don't need it. Well, I can't find the other car, and I think I sold it. I found it. I found it. Okay, now we can get started. Let me get everything here. We got a bag of Willys, and I'm going to show all these different bodies. These are the two new 55 or 57 Bel Airs. I'm going to take the strap off and show you what they look like. So basically, there's going to be new rules. And we're just going to ban people. Okay? And you're going to have to watch what you say. Okay? And we're going to have censors. We're going to be censored. Okay? And if you want to do what you want to do on your own, that's fine. But you're not going to do it on my channel. That's all there is to it. Now, you can be and watch me all the time you want. And once you get banned, you have to write a letter. And if you don't want to write a letter, I don't care, okay? I'm doing this to make money. This is my livelihood, okay? If you don't like that, too bad. Then just sign off right now. Just go home. But I do this because I like to, okay? I like to. I like this. Okay, now I've got to get this camera correct. All righty, I got to get this so it's... Now, when I'm setting the camera like this, I can't read anybody's comments. So some people get upset with that. Well, why can't you read the comments? You know, why can't you do this or why can't you do that? And, you know, so what we're going to be doing is, what we're going to be talking about today is TFX chassis, okay? And why I think that these are really nice chassis, that these are the closest to original Thunderjets as you can get, okay? They're very nice tolerances. They're handmade by Jerry, and we've got chassis now for all of the model motoring, and we are offering the chassis we're offering the chassis to all the model motoring bodies that we got. And we bought them in black. So when you're buying a model motoring body, you can get the chassis in black, okay? And I want to go over the chassis with everybody and kind of show them what you're getting and why a TFX chassis is the closest thing to Thunderjet, okay? Now this, okay, this is the Thunderjet chassis, okay? The basic Thunderjet chassis. Now it doesn't come with a gear, okay? It is just, and they have it in 5, 6 different colors. I think it's 8 colors. And your front wheel can be placed in 3 different positions, okay? And it's all copper, which I think is important. I think your car should all be in copper. That's my opinion. Now, this car is stripped, so we are basically going to put it together. We have all the parts. So this is a TFX chassis, okay? You have your armature, your gear, and then we have the pile of extra parts, okay? Now, when you buy a TFX chassis, okay, normally your guide pin is going to be extremely long because you can use these on routed tracks, high quality, okay? And that's why they have the long guide shoe. Now, so if you're going to run it on a regular track, if you can choose these, you can move these chassis to any location. And these guide pins, okay, then what you do is you have to shave them down if you're going to use them on an Auto World track, because the Auto World track is not that deep. You see how deep that guide shoe is? That's almost, it's almost that much higher than what it should do, okay? And so you have to cut that off or sand it off. Now you can cut it and you can crimp it if you wanted to crimp it. We've got all these extra guide shoes right here. He sent me a bunch of extra guide shoes so we can crimp it. The black ones. And you've got your, now when you're racing it, all the TFX chassis come with the low profile tires, and they will run, you will need to change them if you're going to put them on a like an AFX track, okay? So like here is, let me open this up here. So this is a standard tire on a TFX chassis right here. See how it's a lower and it's going to run lower on the track? This is a tire that you can get so that you can run on like a AFX track or a Auto World track. Notice how the tire is a little larger. Okay, it's going to have a higher profile when you're driving, okay? Oh, shoot, he forgot to send me magnets. Ah, darn it. He didn't send me magnets for this chassis. Well, that's okay because I do have this car right here. That's a TFX chassis, okay? And now these have lower profile tires, okay? And I can replace them with the higher profile tires. And that gives a higher profile. That's gonna lift the back end, so it's not gonna touch the track so much, okay? The problem is I have this chassis, but I don't have any magnets. So I will have to tell him I need a set of magnets, or maybe I don't think you can use magnets. See, everything has very tight tolerances. The plastic is different. There's no give in the axle. Look at this. The axle is mounted. It snaps in, okay, so that when you put it in, there's no give. See how there's no give on the axle hardly? Your commutators, they're a little different in design because the V-fork in the shoe thing on the bottom here is a little more tight, okay? Now these are all riveted in, okay? So that's all riveted in. So you're going to have better performance with this chassis. Now, it doesn't have magnets, okay, but none of the Thunderjets had magnets. It was about skill. How well could you drive? So let's see if these magnets will fit in a TFS. I don't think they will, but we'll just check here. They do fit. So we put those magnets. These are regular Auto World magnets. I hope Jerry at TFX doesn't get mad at me for putting a Auto World magnet in. Okay, now what we're going to do is put the shoes in. or the commutators, or communicators, brushes, I guess. There's so many different terminologies for these things. A little bit better. Now, so that's a TFX chassis, basically. Okay. What's nice about it is there's not a lot of give. You know, people complain because Auto World's chassis they move like this. See, they don't like that. They don't like that they move so much. Okay, and the only way they can do that is to make it so that the axles snap in. That's the only way they can do that. I'd be redoing it. And your tires, so you'll be able to buy these tires. See, like this is a regular tire that comes on the body when you buy it normally. And then you'll be able to buy the other tires. Okay, see how larger they are? So they have a higher profile when you're on the track. Okay, so it glides on the track better. And your guide shoe or your guide pin, that snaps in. And then we want to cut that down. You want to take off about a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch. You can sand it so that it's more of a smooth surface. Let me find a piece of sandpaper. I was supposed to have all that stuff sitting here, but obviously I never do. Just listen to that, how tight it runs. And all these gears are precisely made, okay? That's what's nice about a TFX chassis, okay? That's why we are concentrating on selling TFX chassis, because look at that. They're really nice to run. Now this one, the tires have to be moved back on this chassis, on this body. So what we have to figure out is how to get the tires, because they look like they're the same. How do you get the tires moved back? That's a Phillips. That's a sprayer. So we have to move. What's wrong? What's wrong? Well, oh, that's not curved. It looks like it, but it's not. So that can go right back here. Very easy to pull these off. And there you go. So these things, they're a very tight fit onto this axle. Okay, so this axle is a solid axle. So all you have to do is pull these off, okay, with two pliers. It's pretty easy. Okay. Danny, will I get banned for making the Scooby-Doo outfit comment, or is it still okay? The new posting going up, censorship on Protinkertoys.com. Well, if that's the way you want to believe it, Robert, that's fine with me. If that's what you want to think. But we are going to have a civil website from now on. You don't like it? All righty. So now we've got the tires on, the tire correct position now, so that it will fit on this model motoring body. Okay. So we now have that. We now have that correct. And then we need a screw. A screw. Let's see here. We need a screw here. Now those are broken. Look at that. At least see how low profile that is. Now we have the screws for the guide pins. And they come in a bag of 50. But we're not going to sell them in bags of 50. We're going to sell them in bags of 5. So that you can, enough to retrofit 5 cars. Now, those screws, they don't fit perfectly. They're a little loose for these posts, but they're in there. Let's run it around the track. Let's see, Mr. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. My way or the highway, and shut your peephole. That's why. That's just okay. That's just what you told us, Bryan. Yes, that's true, because this is my website. If you want to have your own website, you go start your own website. But I'm going to have some standards here from now on. And if you don't like it, that's not my problem. Okay? That's why in the 1930s they started the standard board for movies. And that's why all the movies that came out in the 30s and the 40s are one of the best movies made, because they had some standards. Now they make crap. Anything goes, any language, it's garbage. All right, let's see how my model motoring TFX chassis, okay? Let's see how this goes on the track, okay? Let's come over here, and we will put it right on the track here, and let's see how that goes on the track. I haven't tested it. I'm just going to show you right off the track. Well, you know what? Let's clear the track off, because my grandson was here yesterday, and Mac likes to walk around this track, and he touches everything. So let's get the camera out here a little bit. Okay, it's all about. Okay, so it's all about. Let's all get along together. Okay. I am in business to make money. When you complain about pricing, okay, and how I'm trying to charge too much, you're banned. You're out of here. I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. You could talk about anything else you want. You start talking about my prices and anything bad about my store, other than maybe how we might have shipped something wrong, or how that, we're not shipping something correct. But if you start knocking me about my prices and about how I am a miser that's taking advantage of people, I don't need it, because I have to pay bills. Okay. And that's all there is to it. Okay. All right. So let's try this TFX chassis. Okay. We'll start it right here. Okay. Where is it? Oh, wow. Look at that. Holy cow. Look at that. That flipped completely around and it's still going. Oh, look at that. I came back on the track. Holy cow. Now, man, that is tight. Look at that. That is tight. That is beautiful. Did you see that? You want to get a bunch of your guys. Now, this is. I just want to let everybody know before everybody starts to freak out. Okay, your prices are all over the map, and I think that what That is what the most frustrating thing about it. You know what? Go into Walmart. Tell me if the prices aren't all over the place. You don't have any idea what you're talking about, Robert. I'm just going to tell you flatly. You have no idea what you're talking about. Okay? Thank you for the comment. Let's move on. All right. This is the new TFX chassis. Now this was a sample. Now this chassis is the chassis that's going to be sold, or when you buy. See, we have another one here. Okay, so this is a. Now we have to move the axle. You will have to move the axle on your TFX chassis depending on which car that you got, model motoring body. Okay. Like, for example, we just got all these model motoring bodies, all these Willies. I got to give these to Daniel so he can put these in the system. These are all, I think we got 2 each of all the colors. Green, red, blue. There's green, yellow, blue, yellow, orange. So if you want to do TFX chassis racing only, because we're going to be doing TFX chassis racing here. Everybody's going to get a TFX chassis, and we're going to all start at the same time. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this TFX chassis, and we got to move the axle for this car here. We're going to put it on this charger here, or this, yeah, that's a charger, right? Yeah. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 pliers here, needle nose, and I've got to pull it apart. Now you can get one of these slot car hidden creek part. I just don't have the pin anymore. I got to find out where my pin is. Where's my pin? It was over here. I was cleaning up my desk, and I think I got everything all messed up. Pin. Right here it is. Now I should be able to do this. I like doing it like this. All you have to do is just pull a little bit. I don't have the right tools. Oh well. Some people might not have the right tools either, so. Now we're gonna show you what happens when you've got the lower profile tires on the chassis, and we have to cut this down a little bit. That's good. Screws. Boy, I don't think those work. No, they don't. They do not work. Oh, they got a different size. Here we go. No, those don't work either. Now there's two different screws they sent me. Two different type screws. Screw number 1 and screw number 2. I dropped it. Yeah, type 2 is the best screw. It's wider. Yep, type 2 screw is the best. Wow. They have such a tight tolerance, such a tight fit. The TFX chassis are the tolerances are very narrow. Okay, so all your precision is right in the chassis. Okay, these are beautiful. I love these chassis, and we're going to be pushing these like crazy. Okay, you want a great chassis. Okay, and I put the AFX chassis or magnets on here, so you can use some AFX parts if you want. I mean, now I'll get yelled at because those are inferior parts, but you know what? That's just the way it is. Look at that. Now let's change this screw because this is the wrong screw. You have to use screw 50. I think the part number is 50. Plus we need some oil right here because there's a little bit too much noise on this chassis. I mean, it's a fast chassis, that's for sure. That's a fast chassis. All right, let's try this on the track. Now, these are the low profile tires, okay? So these tires they're closer to the ground. Well, that didn't stay on long, did it? Holy cow, he rolled. I like the other tires. So these are the TFX chassis, and we have them in black and 5 colors, okay? So when you buy our model motoring bodies, you're going to be able to, in the same or another listing, you'll be able to buy this chassis, okay? All right. And then you're going to have to change the axle depending on the length of your car. Like, for example, this car here, which is a GTO, you don't need to move the axle because the axle's already ahead. See? It's already in the correct position. All your GTOs, your larger cars will already be for these chassis. But if you've got like a Camaro, a Chevelle, you'll have to move the axle down one. And all it is, you're just pulling the axle apart, and then you're just pushing it back together, okay? Look at how dirty that track is. We got to clean that track. So we have 2 cars here. So these are 2 model motoring with the TFX chassis. And we are selling only the black. I mean, you can buy the colored ones if you buy a TFX or a model motoring chassis. But we bought 100 of the, or 75 of the black chassis, which we're going to offer at a $4 discount. You'll get $4 off. I think that's it. No, they're the same price. Yeah, they're just different colors. And that's a TFX chassis. This is my car, my TFX. And I cut the guide shoe on that. See how that one's a little too short? I've been wanting to replace it. So let's replace it. Now we want to cut off just a little bit of the shoe. We don't want, we want it to be able to stay in the track. Yeah, that's perfect right there. Perfect. That's a perfect. Now this car will stay on the track a little better because it was popping out on the track. When we have model motoring week, or we're going to call it TFX racing, you'll be able to use the TFX chassis, okay? Like these right here. And then we have all the parts. We're going to be getting these up on the listing. We have the guide pins. Okay, we have extra tires, guide pins, black, springs, the guide shoe springs, okay, all the different color guide pins. And then we have, we're offering the copper shoes. And we're going to offer them in a packet of, no, I don't think this is a bad price when you get them like this. And then you'll also get, I'm thinking about doing in packs of 2, like for 2 cars. But that's the TFX chassis. That's the TFX chassis. And then the other special chassis that we have is the Super 3 or Super 8. And these are the Super 8 chassis. This is for high performance racing when you want a Super 8 chassis. See, the thing that I try to get people to understand, which I don't do a very good job at it, I just don't, people, maybe they just don't want to think about it, is that when a model motoring came out back in 1961, 62, it was model motoring. You were trying to drive your car around, but it wasn't necessarily the speed. It was more of can you make it, without crashing. And then they kept going faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Well, you can only go so fast in a car on a turd. Okay, you can't do, what's it say on the Tyco packaging? 1,000 scale miles. What car goes 1,000 miles? That's what I'd like to know. What car goes 1,000 miles? Okay. No. James Butler, good. Send me blue. Can you pin those chassis and put Lexan bodies on it? Yes, you could if you want. They're not too low if you put on the larger tires. So this has the larger tires, so there's more clearance to the ground, okay? All right, we just got a text message. I got to come over here and grab the text message. Where's my phone at? Oh, here it is. Oh, my battery is dying. I better just plug it in here. All right. We got 4 text messages. That's got to charge. So these are the TFX chassis. They work perfect on the model motoring bodies. Don't they look just beautiful? Look at that. They have a little bit more clearance in the front, so the cars have a little bit more stability than an auto wheel car. This is what people don't like about model motoring. See, there's too much give in the chassis. But it's the price point. They have to get them at a price point. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but that's just the nature of the beast. You can't change the beast. And then 378 and 360 are your larger tires, okay? And we'll be offering these in packets of 4. Oh, here's the other chassis. This is the Super 8 chassis. See, what I found is everybody's got their own chassis, and they've got their own way of doing it. And what I'm finding out by listening to all these guys is they're the only ones that can put them together correctly. Okay, so for me to buy them and put them together, it's impossible. They won't let me do it because they believe they're the only ones. Go check out the records that we just broke the Bonneville salt flat. Check your email, bud. Well, I'm not doing it right now. Okay, so it's like I have all time to do just to read messages. Toad. Well, I don't see any. Robert Fish's email. Nothing. Nope, nothing. I don't have any email from Robert Fish. So these are the TFX chassis, and we are offering these now at Protinkertoys.com. Now you can buy them other places. I'm just, we are owner retailer. If you don't like my store, there are many other places you can go to. Okay, 8mm. Let's go back to 8mm. I like 8mm. Okay, because this is what I used to film when I was a kid, but nobody likes it. Nobody likes 8mm. Dawn, no filter. Silver screen. That's kind of cool. Nobody likes it. What's really nice about these chassis is they have they're very tight in the construction. There's no give in the tires, okay? Look at that. There's no give. You can't move the tires. So when you put them on this thing, listen to that. It's just speed. Now, let me show you something. Let me go print one off. Give me a second here. Give me a second here.
Police say they've apprehended a man who was sought after in a...
You got it. You know, it's funny. Every time I want to do something, something doesn't work. Now my printer doesn't work. It just never fails. You know, I want to do something. Now I don't know how to take this off again. I tell you. I put it up there and now I don't know how to get rid of it. And why can't, what's his problem? All right, let's show you the, all right, so we're gonna take these, I can slide these out. So you got Slot Valley Racing, Jag Hobby, Hardin Creek, Super Dave slot cars. Everybody's doing slot cars now. It's funny what I started. It's funny what I did. I got all these car companies. Jag Hobbies. And these are the new chassis. You know, see the curved metal? That's the new chassis that they did. Hobby stuff on the bumper. '57 Chevy Nomad. That is the red one. And this you slide this off just right, you can get the plastic off without breaking it. There's a lot of people that don't like me. That's all there is to it. They haven't liked me since 1996. Aren't these nice? I just do what I do. I do what I do. I just bring, the problem is they don't like me bringing so much spotlight to slot cars. That's the problem. Because a lot of people want it to be their little hobby. And so by bringing more light to it, that means more people will get into it. And therefore all these cars that are out there, they're not going to be able to keep the control the price, and it breaks their little monopoly. Okay. That's the facts of it. We have the yellow and the red. These are available at Protinkertoys.com. And we have, I can now show you this. So we are going to be getting these cars. This is a new car that's going to be coming. We're hoping by Christmas, but if this strike keeps going on, it's probably not. We're going to be getting this car. And we'll have these up for pre-sale. We're only getting 400, okay? Huh. Which car? This car here or these cars here? Have you bought any of these yet, Robert? How much have you bought from me lately, Robert, that's not on discount? That's what I'd like to know. How much have you bought from me lately? I lowered the price because you wanted me to lower them. You said they were too high yesterday, Robert. So I lowered them a little bit. So now buy one. Or stop complaining. It's a 57 Nomad. These will be $49.99. We only got 400 of them. These will be limited to 4 stores, I think. I'm one of them. Well, guys, we're going to have race night tonight. I think we're going to do a couple auctions. I don't know how many auctions we're going to do. We don't have a lot of cars to auction. I'm going to get rid of some of these cars that I have here. They're absolutely... The Batman series, where my last and only purchase in the last 2 years almost. Brian, can I buy cars anymore? Yes, you could buy whatever you want. I have to eat and try to keep the roof over my head. Well, listen, you know, there are a lot of people that are, you know, you were smoking 3 years ago. If you quit smoking, that means you're probably $200 richer every month. That could all go into slot cars. Start your own store. Go to trade shows like Timothy did, Timothy Gizzik. Read the email I sent you. I never got it. I never got it. I never got it. Never got your email. I'm looking at all my emails here. 47, Cash App, Amazon, all emails. Even Protinker. Hillsdale, Capital, yesterday. That's all yesterday. Protinkertoys, John Stacy, Susan, Jeremy, Michael, Ryan, U-Haul, Matt, Lynn, Right, Knight, Doty, right. Robert Malta. No emails from Robert Fish. And I don't have time to be spending my live stream looking at emails. This is a broad show for a broad reach of customers. Okay. So don't forget to be, over the next couple days, Daniel will be getting up the black chassis, these are the black chassis that you can put on all the model motoring bodies that we got. And we are going to be putting up all of these gassers. There's like 10 gassers, okay? And we've got 2 each of all the gassers. They only sent me 1 of the flamed ones. That's the lowest quantity is the flame one. I only have 1 of those. But I have 2 of all the other colors of the gassers. And those will be coming soon. Okay? Those will be coming soon. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching my live stream. We had a good quantity. Bryan, let's see, Arbuckle. Bryan will sell to anyone who lives under the bridge. That's right. I will send it twice. No delivery issues. Bryan, I can't buy cars anymore. I have to eat. No, you don't have to eat. You have to make priorities, okay? And the priority is that you should be buying slot cars. That's the priority. The priority is you should be buying slot cars. Well, I live next to a bridge. I wish my van, it washed away with my van. When they're coming soon, baby. Coming around the mountain, here we come. They'll be coming around the mountain, we come. You'll be sitting riding horses, she'll be sitting riding horses. She'll be sitting here riding horses, here we come. I just want to thank everybody for watching my live stream. I do want people to understand that this live stream is a privilege to watch it, okay? It is not a right. Nope. I've got my phone right here, Robert, and I'm looking right here at my phone. And I go right here, all boxes, right here, all boxes. It says Classmates, Spectrum, 12. Okay, my printer just kicked in. That means it got synced again. Hold on a second. I want to show you something. Now it's not connected. I don't know why it doesn't connect to the internet. Signal strength. Almost done. Now, Daniel should have already posted these insert pages But these are really cool. I like my insert pages. All right, so you get a sheet of 36 bodies. All right, and this is how you do it. It's really cool. And I've printed them a little larger so they'll fit on a Thunderjet, and then also extractions. And then what you do is you just cut them to whatever body you're going to put them on. And it's a good idea that when you cut, that you have a new X-Acto blade, not a dead one, okay? Because your X-Acto blade has to be brand new, not dead. And it can't have a broken tip. Unbelievable. That's still not a good blade. Every one of these has been a bad blade. Unbelievable. That's one thing about an X-Acto blade. When you have a bad blade, you'll know it. Because a good blade is perfect. When a bad blade goes bad, when a blade goes bad, yep, so you can tell. A brand new blade. All right, so we cut off one of the inserts. So we're gonna put it in the GTO. So first, we're gonna unscrew the body. And we're gonna look at our body and see how much we have to cut off to get it onto the to where it's going to fit. So what we need to do is we're just going to need to curve. I like to curve it. I like to curve it a little bit so that when you stick it in, it somewhat holds, or there's enough paper to hold it. Now I cut it a little bit too much, but it's still going to look nice when you put the body on it or the chassis. And so that's what it looks like when you put a body insert in it. Okay, it gives the appearance that you have an interior to the car. It's just kind of cool. And I think you can get a sheet of them. You go to our website. I think they're free, or maybe $1 or something. But you get 24. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 21. You get 21 different bodies, or you get 21 different inserts. And they fit on all the cars. So, like, for example, here, this one here. So this is a Plymouth Hemi. So let's put one inside of that one. Now that's a bigger car, so you can keep, plus they have a larger back end, and they have a lot of things that will hold this chassis. Oh yeah, that's nice looking. Look at that. Now that has a cool insert that shows you the interior of a car, not just the motor. Gives you a different look. You know, it just adds a little funness to it. Put sheets in my order when you ship. James Butler. Okay, James, if I'll remember that. You gotta send an email or call Mac Henry. Isn't that cool? A sheet of those. Aren't those neat? I think they're kind of cool. And you could do that to all your cars, okay? So they all have like they're sitting in your dealership or they're sitting on your track and they all look like they're ready to go, baby. Ready to go, man. Ready to go. Okay, now what happened to my my magnet or my guide pin? I lost my guide pin. I lost my guide pin. Where is my guide pin today? Where did I put it? Shoot. Dang it. Well, I need another one. Dang it. I'll find it. There is my GTO with its insert. See it, even the back end, it looks like you're gonna sit there. Isn't that sweet? I love it. I love it. Okay, now let's see here. Let's see if I ever got. Nope, I have not gotten any new emails. That's funny. Did Daniel block your emails? He can't. You can't block an email. I don't know where they are, Robert. Sorry about that. I've got my daughter-in-law is going to invite. She's inviting me over for lunch. So I'm going to be going over to my daughter-in-law's for lunch. And my daughter-in-law says that these are terrible corn tortillas that are at Walmart. Those are not good. Okay, Mandy, there's a huge trailer next to Costco and Circle K for Trump. Vance stuffed tons of hats and shirts and a line a mile long up to it. Holy cow. Oh, they're loading it up to send stuff down to, oh man, I didn't see that there. Tons of hats and shirts and a line a mile long up to it. That's pretty awesome. Trick or treat is 6 to 8 on the 29th. All right, guys. You can get your insert to make your cars look realistic. And they're available at Protinkertoys.com. Only I do these kind of things because I love my customers. There are certain customers that I don't like, and I've made it known to them that I don't like them anymore. If you know those people, I have no idea who they are. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, Bean? I don't have any emails from Robert Fish. He says he sent me an email. Sorry, Robert, I don't have any emails from you. Well, guys, I want to thank everybody for watching. It was a good show today. We had a very good show. I still don't know how to tune cars. All right, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to do 5 minutes of tuning. Okay? So we're going to take a chassis, okay? A simple tune-up. This is a simple tune-up, okay? So we're going to take a chassis. Let's just take a chassis. Let's see here. Let's find the one. Okay, so here's a chassis This chassis was sent back. Oh, I know who sent this. So this chassis was sent to me by by Snuggles. That this chassis did not work. All right, obviously it runs. So let's go over something that's basic when you get your car after you've raced it. Now it might have sat for a while and it still needs to be a little maintenance. Okay. Like this one. So this one, you're going to need to shave off, clean off some of that grime that might have been sitting there, and it just might have sat there for too long since it was made in 1999 or 2005. So we want to clean off the armature first, okay? And get some very fine sandpaper and just go like this until that's really shiny. See how shiny that is? That's one thing. Then you want to take your armatures. These are your armatures, your little tiny commutators. You want to make sure they're clean. See, sometimes they can get some grime on them. And just by putting them on your finger, you can clean them normally. Then you want to put your springs back. Let me zoom in here so you can see. Where am I? Okay, so these are the springs. These are the little springs. We're going to put those in. Then we're going to put our commutators. They're basically just, they transfer the power to from the armature to the...
Call from toll-free call.
Now, what we want to do is we want to put a little bit of oil on the armature plate right here. Just a little bit right here. So that when we put this back on the armature plate, that we're going to have a good conduct on the chassis. Then we're going to slide that together. And now we're going to have a nice smooth chassis. Wow, that's even faster than it was when Snuggie sent it to me. Look at that. Oh, smell it. Now you can leave it on your little test track if you have one, or you can just hook it up to a 9-volt battery. And we probably want to put a little bit of oil right here just to give it a little more lubricant. Now, this is an extraction chassis without the Ultra G, without the magnets. This does not have the magnet. This was made in 2000, it says right here, 2003. I think it's 2003. Yeah, 2003. This chassis was made 20 years ago, okay? So it needs a little tender loving care, okay? But it doesn't have the magnets like the newer chassis do. This is an old Auto World chassis. This is a new one. Notice that they put the magnet in right here. And these chassis were made in 2006. Because that's when they converted all their non-magnet chassis to the new ones. This guy is such a dope. Well, I think Snuggle's going to be the first person to be banned. There's no reason to call me a dope. Okay. Make sure you don't get oil on the brushes, Tinker. I'm not getting them on the brushes. I didn't get them on the brushes there. I put it right dead center so that it came up in here. Okay. If you want to get them on here, you can do it right here. Now, calling somebody a dope is not a very good thing to do. Right here, you want to drop just a little bit so it kind of speeds that up. Now we can take one of these chassis. So like I have this chassis right here. These are the 4 or the Mercuries. Put them on a Mercury. The problem with the Mercury is you need to shave off a little bit of plastic on both sides so they snip onto a extraction chassis. Now we can put it on this car, and we got to see the interiors of the car. Oh, let's see. So this car was sent to me by a guy by the name of Snuggles, and he complained because it wasn't working. It wouldn't go around the track. Wow, that's a pretty nice car. See that? With a little bit of tender loving care, your little sock car can be your little fun car. And with my inserts, they can look real. Anyways, we'll see you guys tonight. My daughter-in-law is going to call me pretty soon for lunch. I have to go over there and have lunch with her, or else she will freak out. I'm leaving too, because all the guys want me to, all they want me to do is mock me because he knows his product is crap and he puts me at fault. See you later. All right, guys, want to thank everybody for just don't complain all the time. Just make sure you don't get the oil on the, oh, the love of Mike, that phone, Snuggles, disassemble, clean, and lubricate. Should never use sandpaper on the armature. If you use ultrafine, I was just emphasizing, if you use ultrafine, okay, you want to sand that so that you have a very flat surface. So when that's going over the commutators, you're getting the great conductivity that you have. But that's the way it is. All right, guys, see you later.